How's it going? It's Rocky. Welcome to my content where one of the topics that I focus on is personal finance, which is specifically my side hustle trading the futures market. So if you're curious on how much money we made this week, stick around where I go through some of my trades and also my account statement review. Welcome to week 51, where every week I release content on how we're doing for the week while trading the futures market. And what I'm showing here is the chart for the week for the MYM, which is the micro for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And Dow Jones Industrial Average is pretty much a major index that holds 30 of the value stocks. So if you're curious what those 30 stocks are, feel free to look it up. So essentially, what I'm showing here with these vertical lines is just to denote, if you're new to my content, that if I do enter a trade, I denote that by a blue line. And if I'm short, then when I close the contract, I denote that by a purple line. And the reason that I add these lines after the fact is so I can go back and study exactly how I enter and exit. And I line that up with the indicators that I use, which is mostly the stochastic RSI and the MACD. So if you are curious about my strategy, I have a link above here on the video just going through it, and it's also written on the description below, and I try to go through it when I do my trade analysis. So for the week, we did a total of about 10 trades. It was quite a volatile week actually, and if you're curious about the play-by-play on the day-to-day and what's going on, I do write those on my social media, Instagram being one of them. So I have the links up here if you are curious about my other social media handles. So if you are subscribed and you've enabled that notification bell, you should probably get some notifications when I do write these updates that I do at the end of the US market daily, just to show you exactly how we're doing on the market. So I want to go through one of the trades that I took this week, and I drew in some lines here. There's two yellow lines just to help you out. So my entry was at 33,065 and I covered at 32,967. So just put the calculator here, pretty much 33,065, subtracted that by us covering at 32,967. That was a total of 98 points, and I am trading the micro here. So what that means is 1 micro for every 1 point move is 50 cents. So when you have 10 of those micros, 1 point would be $5. And since we have 20 micros, each point is actually $10. So from that one trade here, we'll multiply that by 10. So we made $980 on this trade, which started at about 8:12 in the morning and ended at about 8:19 in the morning. So it's about 7 minutes on this trade. And I'm showing here is a time-based chart on the left. And this is why I pair it up with the tick-based chart, because visually I am able to see that a lot better. You can see here there's multiple candles that you see where each candle represents 512 trades. So this is a tick chart, and I've converted that to a Heikin-Ashi. So that helps me out a lot. So now I'll go through my entry and exit and why I do this. So if you're curious, again, I have a link above here on just, how I evaluate my trading strategy and just show you what I work on. And it's also on the description on the content below. So basically I entered this after a crossover. So you can see here the blue line going under there. To me, that's a bearish sign, and I linked that with my stochastic RSI being on the oversold side. And again, that's a little different from normal convention, but for me, I prefer to short when when the stochastic RSI is oversold. Again, that's your system, right? I'm just sharing mine. Take it with a grain of salt, and my goal here is to pretty much share what I'm doing, and if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. It's just really what I'm trying to focus on is just how to develop a system that works for you as a trader to be successful. So anyway, a lot of words there, but from time based on the left and then tick based on the right, I'll wait for both of those to show the same signs. And with this one, I waited a little bit more when I saw more divergence on the MACD. So divergence means that those two lines are separating from each other. And if it's hard to visualize it, you can always look at the histogram and you can see the increase of those bar charts is showing that they are diverging. So that's when I shorted, shorted with 10 contracts first at 33,060 and added more. Just that's how I've been trading with the micro. I don't go all in at once. I know that I can trade up to a certain number, so added about 10 more at 33,070, and that's why our average for this 20 is 33,065, which is again denoted by this yellow line right here. And after 7 minutes, 98 points, we were able to cover it at 32,967 average. And I usually exit by placing an OCO. So I have a trailing stop on one end and a limit stop on the bottom, whichever one gets to it first. And quite happy with that because you can see reverse right back up, and I would have given back all of that profit. So this is wanted to show you an example of an ideal trade. Not all my trades are like this. This is where I'd like to hope all my trades are, but that's never the case. You wait for the great setup, but it doesn't always work out. It's just, it's a probabilities game. It's a time game. It's really just screen time, and you'll be able to figure out when it's time for you to go in or go out. But the biggest part really that you need to focus on, that I myself am struggling with and trying to improve on, is risk management. Being able to lock in the profits as needed, or being a good loser, as Shay would say at the Humble Trader. It's the successful ones are good losers, and if you don't know what that means you haven't been in the market long enough yet. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that little trade analysis I did. I know I haven't been doing much of these, but let me know in the comments below if you have some questions or anything of that nature. You can always reach out to me on YouTube or Instagram. There's no catch. I have no class, no courses. I don't intend to do any of those. My main goal is really, by me sharing this, it's like a diary to me. Good or bad weeks, it's good for me to express how I did in the week because it helps me as a trader. And I'm hoping by sharing my journey, that will either inspire someone or anything positive or negative to it, I guess, however it may affect you. Just take it with a grain of salt. Now here's our account statement. I am recording it December 23rd, about 4:04 p.m. in the Pacific Coast. And what I'm showing here is the statement from Friday, December 18th to today, Friday, December 23rd. So we'll go through the statement here because I withdrew some money this week because I needed to pay myself. Year to date, I'm still negative, but I like the ability that I have some liquidity on this because it is the holiday season. There's a lot more unforeseen expenses that I had to take care of, so it was great that I could withdraw some money. So I'm just gonna go down the line on this description here just to point out where those withdrawals were. So our first withdrawal here was $1,000, so we'll make sure to add that back to our ending balance later on. And then we withdrew again here another $2,000. So now we're at a total of withdrawal of $3,000. And just scrolling down a bit more, we withdrew here $500. So for the week, we did withdraw a total of $3,500. So now, just going through the account statement, you notice I had no other deposits. So really, we'll just add back $3,500 to our ending cash. So for the week here, our ending cash was at $32,786.79. And like what I mentioned, I withdrew $3,500, so we will add that back. And next we will subtract our starting cash. Our starting cash was, this is, I traded a lot more because I'm trading the micros, which I'm using as a hedge. If you're curious how that works, I have another link above here. Basically, our starting cash was $31,158.31. So I'm happy to say that for the week, it was a great positive week right before the long 3-day weekend. My favorite time of the year, it's Christmas. And yes, I made money, but if you're my godson or relatives or whatnot, sorry, I'm a Grinch, but just want to wish you a Merry Christmas. But pretty much, we made $5,128.48 for the week. And if you were to compare that to a 95 40-hour work week in the US, that equates to a hourly rate of $128.21. So that is my content this week. Again, to be politically correct, I guess I should say happy holidays, but I do celebrate Christmas, so I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you have a good time with family and friends over the weekend, and I will catch you on the next one. All right, have a good one.